I think it's impossible for me to get through an intro without Avery screaming. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I thought I'd do another video on some low FODMAP snacks and a meal. I want to do some low FODMAP friendly. I think they're also vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free snacks and one meal. I am going to be doing a low FODMAP mac and cheese. A low FODMAP mac and cheese, and I also have two kind of like snacky dessert things. So one of them is energy balls, like a peanut butter. What are they? They're like, these aren't my recipes, by the way. Full disclosure. So these are peanut butter oatmeal energy balls. And then I also kind of wanted to try making one of those banana popsicle stick things, you know? You know what I mean? I have one banana left, so you know what? I'm just gonna try it with one banana. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Best case scenario, it does work, and I go get more bananas. Bananas are very sweet, very good, healthy dessert product. I wouldn't necessarily say any of these recipes are healthy. I would, however, say they're healthier alternatives. So like the mac and cheese, obviously healthier. I think it's healthier than like any of the like processed Kraft Dinner brand mac and cheese. And the energy balls, I don't really know if there's unhealthy energy balls. There probably are, but I think this is pretty healthy. Like the main ingredients are oats and peanuts. But I thought I'd get started. Also, like, peep my clean kitchen. I just cleaned up Ryland's gigantic mess from last night. Does anyone else get like super annoyed with their boyfriend, husband, whoever, roommate, when they make like a gigantic mess in the kitchen? Sometimes they clean things and I'm like, how did this even happen? Like, I don't understand. Like, the nozzles on the stove are baked and covered in like peanut butter when he didn't cook with peanut butter. So I'm like, I don't get it. Ryland is in a meeting in the background in our office because he works from home. I can kind of hear him talking. I don't know if the video will pick it up. I also hope that me talking in the background isn't like annoying in his meetings, but you know, gotta work with what we are doing. Anyways, I thought I wouldn't ramble on too long, so I'm gonna start off with this low FODMAP, dairy-free, vegan friendly, vegan mac and cheese, dairy-free, gluten-free, cashew nut free. I don't know, I'll put it all down below. None of these are my recipes, so I'll see if I can try and, I like have all these I have the mac and cheese memorized in my head now, but I'm trying these peanut oatmeal balls for the first time, so I'll link all the recipes down below if I can find the mac and cheese one. If not, I'll like put it in the description. Okay, so first ingredient, this recipe calls for, also, I don't know why people say that, but they like say recipes call for, so I thought it'd be a super fancy chef and say this recipe calls for. Anyways, it calls for elbow pasta. Am I dumb? I just call it macaroni. I don't know if it's supposed to be macaroni, maybe it's not, but what the heck is elbow pasta? Also, you'll notice I go between pasta and pasta. I used to say pasta all the time, and then I had a friend who says pasta, and then he tainted me, and now I say pasta, and I feel like I sound so pretentious because I don't speak with an accent that I should be saying pasta, so I just feel like I sound stupid. So if I do say pasta, don't judge me because I know I sound stupid. Side note, our cupboard is clearly a mess. I can barely find anything in here, so I am going to be doing a cupboard pantry organization video, so stay tuned for that because I personally think that will be very satisfying, and it's just gonna be me yelling at Ryland for doing really dumb stuff at the pantry and basically making it not a disaster. So we have 3 different open things of pasta. We only have this tiny thing of actually macaroni noodles. I don't think it really matters what kind of noodles we're actually gonna use. I'm just gonna use whatever we have. 250 grams. How is anyone supposed to know how much that is? Oh, if you keep reading, it says a little over 2 cups. This is brown rice pasta, in case you're wondering. You know what? I'm just gonna yellow it. I'm gonna make some pasta. Worst case scenario, I have too much sauce. I don't have enough. I'll figure it out. Where are all our pots? Are they really all dirty? Oh, okay. So we have 1 pot clean. That's good because I need at least 2. Okay, so now I have all the ingredients. It's super, super simple, really easy, very few ingredients. Like all I need is almond milk, or like, not almond milk, I'm using oat milk. I definitely prefer oat milk because it's like a bit thicker than your almond milks and your coconut milks, and I find the taste of the oat milk, it like goes well with the mac and cheese. And then I have nutritional yeast, which is kind of what gives it its cheesy flavor. And then I have some gluten-free flour. I'm using white rice flour this time because that's just what I have. Then vegan margarine, that's like the kind of like not so healthy part. And then salt and pepper, and then obviously your pasta. But that's like all it is. Really simple. All you want to start with is just boiling your water for your pasta. My other pot that is gonna have my mac and cheese sauce. So the mac and cheese sauce, I definitely recommend having all your ingredients ready to go before you start and knowing exactly what you're doing, because it is like a bit of a timed thing. You definitely want to get everything measured out beforehand and ready to go. Okay, so I need 2 tablespoons of margarine, and then you also need 2.5 tablespoons of your rice. This recipe does call for white rice flour, but I have done it before with just gluten-free flour and it's worked totally fine. It's 2 cups of unsweetened dairy-free milk. You can use, I'm sure, regular milk too, but this is like a dairy-free mac and cheese. This recipe definitely uses a lot of milk. I just use oat milk. I find oat milk is the thickest dairy-free milk. So I need 2.5 tablespoons of the flour, but I need that after the margarine. What I'm gonna do, I use just this plain white rice flour. That's what the recipe calls for, but like I said, I've used gluten-free flour before and it works fine. So 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and then half a tablespoon. So I'm just gonna put them in this cup here so I can just pour it in really easily afterwards, because I need the measuring for something else. And then I need 2 tablespoons of margarine, and then my nutritional yeast. Let's get that measured out now too. If you've never used nutritional yeast before, it's definitely kind of weird. It's like really flaky, but it's used quite often for like a cheese taste, like supplement for like dairy-free cheese, obviously dairy-free things. I don't know, it's fine when you mix it into things. Like I definitely recommend mixing it into things, but if you're just gonna like, I do know people will like sprinkle it on top of like salads and stuff too, which I've done before, but it is definitely it's like a texture to get used to, because obviously cheese isn't dry and flaky. Okay, ingredients are all ready. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have this on medium heat. I can't remember. So you want your pan on medium heat, and what you're gonna do is you melt that 2 tablespoons of margarine in first, and then I need a whisk. Okay, so you're technically supposed to have like the pasta done beforehand. I just do it in 2 separate bowls, so it's fine. It tells you all to do it in 1 bowl, but like, ain't nobody got time for that. You gotta wait for your pasta to cook and then do your sauce. I like to do it at the same time because I'm lazy. You got 2 tablespoons of your margarine. You wanna do this relatively fast, like don't stress, but like also don't be like too chill where you just like, you know, everything just goes crazy. Melting in the pan right now. And then I wanna add my 2.5 tablespoons of the rice flour. And then you whisk it around. This is literally just supposed to mix for 30 seconds. I don't know why, but this is getting like really thick really fast. I might have had it on too hot. And then I'm gonna add my milk, my 2 cups of milk, nutritional yeast, and then you also add salt and pepper, but I'm gonna mix this before I add the salt and pepper. Yeah, and then it says to put like a teaspoon, I think, of salt, or half a teaspoon. I don't know, I just know. Gonna yellow it a bit, yeah, it's fine. Also, I use pink Himalayan salt, and then some pepper. A lot of pepper. And then once you add the milk, nutritional yeast, salt, and all that, you're supposed to bring it from a medium heat down to like a low heat, and you let it like simmer, and you let it cook for like, it says something like 5 to 8 minutes, but I personally find that isn't enough time because you want it to get like thickened, because it's supposed to be like a mac and cheese, it's supposed to be kind of like a creamy sauce. So I usually let it go for a bit longer. I'll like let you know how long I let it cook for. So it's 11:47 right now. Don't forget about your pasta if you're being like me and you're cooking it all at once. This mac and cheese really doesn't take long to make. Probably is only gonna take me like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, also I just saw this pasta. It's called Elbows macaroni. Can someone please explain to me what Elbows pasta is? I don't get it. Let me look it up. Let's look it up. What is Elf on the Shelf? Also a good question. Elbows pasta. Am I stupid? Is it just macaroni shaped pasta? It just brings me to the thing that's like, macaroni is blah, 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 blah. Shaped in narrow tubes. Curved macaroni may be referred to as elbow macaroni. Oh, so it's just macaroni shape. Is it because it looks like an elbow? Because it's like kind of like curved like your elbow? Also, make sure you're like stirring and whisking your sauce every bit. Also, pro tip, clean up while you wait for something to cook or like as you go. Way less intimidating when you have a little mess opposed to like a big mess. My boyfriend Rylan does not seem to get that sentiment. He likes to make a big mess and then make another big mess and then like all the messes converge into one gigantic volcano of a mess. And then he doesn't like cleaning because it's too overwhelming and it's too big and there's too much of a mess. So don't be a Rylan. Don't be a Rylan and clean up your small messes as you go. Okay, the pasta's done. I leave it into the colander until my sauce is done, and then once my sauce is done like cooking and thickening up, then I just pour the pasta directly into the saucepan. So the sauce has actually been cooking for a really long time. I don't know why it's taking so long to thicken up this time. It's 12:01, so it's been about 14 minutes at this point. It has thickened, that's for sure, and the nutritional yeast is melted. If you add more flour, that will also help thicken it up if it's a bit too thin for your liking, but you basically just don't want it super watery, and this isn't like super watery anymore. But let's put the pasta in. I find gluten-free pasta usually tends to have this weird, I don't even know how to explain it, this weird thick kind of milky consistency water when you, what am I trying to say? Gluten-free pasta has like really thick milky water when you boil it. So what I usually do once I drain it in a colander, I rinse it with just some water. So I definitely have a bit more sauce than I do pasta. My goodness, Miss Avery. This is what it looks like. It looks a little weird because we have two different types of pasta. I'm gonna taste it. No, I'm not. It's very hot. I will warn you, it is definitely not like a traditional mac and cheese tasting, like Kraft Dinner, but that's why I like it, is because it doesn't taste artificial. The nutritional yeast is definitely a taste to get used to, but I've gotten used to it now and I really like it, and I find this is a really great mac and cheese alternative. Now I am going to attempt to make chocolate dipped banana like popsicles. It seems easy enough, but I'm sure I'll mess it up somehow. I don't have one of the ingredients. I don't have popsicle sticks, so I'm going to be using plastic reusable straw I have. And I only have one banana, but it's pretty ripe, so I think it'll be nice and sweet and like good for like a dessert kind of thing, 'cause that's what it is. And then I have some vegan chocolate. I kind of want to add something else to it. I found a recipe that just calls for chocolate, but I kind of want to do like peanut butter or like salted something. So I'm going to try and find a recipe and do that. See, the thing is, this isn't really technically low FODMAP friendly because you're not supposed to have brown spotted bananas. You're supposed to have like green, pretty ripe bananas. You're supposed to have them pretty starchy because when they get more brown, it gets more sugary, and those are the types of sugars you're not supposed to have low FODMAP. But these are vegan and they will be gluten-free and dairy-free. Peanut butter. I thought I might try more peanut butter. I have my vegan chocolate chips. And then I do not have popsicle sticks, so I thought I would just use my plastic reusable straws. And then I have my very, very, very ripe banana. Because I'm winging this, I did not know you have to freeze the bananas for 3 to 4 hours beforehand. So I guess I have to do that now. Seen other people cut them into little like slices of banana and then they like dip them in the chocolate, which I think is totally fine, but I feel like having it in popsicle form will just be like really fun, so I kind of want to do that. Here's my popsicle stick, but here we are in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so I might as well go on to my next food snack dessert thing, and I was gonna do those peanut butter oatmeal energy balls. Apparently need 100% pure maple syrup. Okay. Organic virgin coconut oil. Look at that, I have organic virgin coconut oil. Wow, I did not think I did. I need 1 cup of creamy salted peanut butter. This is unsalted, but you know what? I could just add salt, it's fine. That is a lot of peanut butter. You need 3/4 cups of brown sugar. And if being completely honest, I don't particularly feel like measuring out 3/4 cups, so I'm just gonna do 3/4 of my actual cup, if that makes sense. I feel like I just did a cup a lot of times to make that not make sense. Oh, you're supposed to press down brown sugar though, aren't you? That's a thing, hey? Hold up. So we'll press her down. I feel like I kind of nailed that. So 3/4 cup of brown sugar. That seems like a lot of brown sugar. Oh, I have coconut sugar. I should use coconut sugar. Oh well, too late. Ew, that was really gross. I don't know why I did that. 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. Ooh, this is really oily. That's disgusting, Rylan. Our place is so hot that our coconut oil is already kind of pre-melted. It's like 20 something degrees in our apartment. I think it's like close to 25. I've lost count. Is that 3? I think that's 3. So if your coconut oil is solid, I would probably suggest just melting some into a bowl of roughly 4 tablespoons worth and then measuring it out once it's melted. And then I think I needed a tablespoon of maple syrup. It just says to combine, so I'm gonna assume that I can use like the spatula. And then you add the oats and mix until fully incorporated. And then you add the chocolate chips. Oh, that seems easy enough. Oh no, I got a big chunk of brown sugar. So jab it with a fork, you know, really technical techniques. It's like a really liquidy kind of texture right now. I did not realize this was so much brown sugar. I would definitely substitute this for coconut sugar, but this is definitely low FODMAP friendly. And Rylan and I usually get like a super natural peanut butter. If you look at the ingredients and it literally just says peanuts, that's kind of how you know. I should add salt. I have no idea how much salt to add, so, you know, yellow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 2 cups of oats. Good thing I read those ingredients. So let's just do that. Let's call that 1 cup. I literally just about poured that in the... I usually, whenever I cook with oats, I usually just like kind of like wing it. I definitely just about poured that in the bowl. I'm sure it's fine. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay, so now the consistency is like really a lot dried up from the oats. Whew, my arms are getting tired. And then I think I just had to add 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I'm just gonna add as many as I want. I opened my door. Hopefully it's not too loud. We live on a busy street. Basically this is done now. And I just gotta roll it into balls and put it in the freezer. Good thing I read because it said to put it in a closed container. Okay, so definitely probably best to just squish them into balls. I really hate this. They better be good. What are the odds you can come help me roll these into balls really quickly? Really? It's just really sticky and I really don't like it. Okay, so they're all rolled up now and I'm gonna put them in the freezer. So you can put them in the fridge for an hour or you can put them in the freezer for 20 minutes. And I'm like, why would I put it in the fridge? I'm so impatient. It is extremely bright. The sun shines into our apartment like in the middle of the afternoon when it's a sunny day in Vancouver, might I add. And it like reflects off our floor and our like kitchen table and our coffee. Like it reflects everywhere. Anyways, it's been an hour since I put the bananas in and I'm getting impatient. So I'm gonna do it now. Also, this is a great angle. This light is just really working for me. Anyways, like I was saying, the bananas, the banana slice, the banana balls, they're not banana balls. The peanut butter, oatmeal, energy little balls, they're not even energy balls, they're just balls. They are good. They've been in the freezer, they're good to go. So now I'm gonna move them to the fridge. Thought I'd try one too. That's tasty. And then you just store them in the fridge until you wanna eat one. You know what? Let me properly display them and like present them. Hold up. Also, excuse the noise. I have my dishwasher going in the background because I obviously made a gigantic mess. But here we are. How yum, hey? Like, I know you can't taste. You gotta tell me that looks good, right? Like, okay, so the recipe I'm following for the banana chocolate dip, popsicles is called that, calls for 12 bananas. I only have 1, so it's like kind of a weird ratio to like divide everything. So I think I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. You can't have too much chocolate. I thought I'd also maybe try and quickly coat the bananas in some peanut butter. And then I have a few peanuts in here, crush up some peanuts, roll it in peanuts, and then coat it in the chocolate. Jesus, you scared me.
I'm trying not to interrupt your video.
Oh my god, that was so much worse just creeping into the background of it. Oh my god, someone please tell me that was creepier, right?
And me in the camera?
Yeah, I saw you on the camera. I saw you on the screen. You know in those horror movies though, where like someone just like all of a sudden is like in the background of your thing? Excuse me.
What are you saying you're doing over here? It sounds freaking delicious.
Oh yeah, I'm making, you'll see. I'm gonna make a surprise actually.
Okay, just, yeah, link me the video.
Link you the video? Does anyone else's boyfriend do this where they just leave the fridge wide open when they're not using, like excuse me?
Much better after it's been in the freezer.
This really is not talking it up to the camera. I feel like everyone's gonna be like, wow, maybe I shouldn't try that recipe. It doesn't look that good. Thumbs up. Rylan approved. Okay. So like, if anyone doesn't know, a double boiler is basically like you have a pot of water and then that steam is going to boil my actual ingredients in the bowl. So while I wait for that water to heat up, I'm just gonna... That's a lot of chocolate, I think. I forgot that's super oily. So you add coconut oil and it softens up the chocolate a bit so that you can still bite into it afterwards once it like hardens again. So I'm just gonna leave the bananas in the freezers for as long as I can. And maybe I'll do the peanut butter while I'm waiting. I should have that ready. I'm just gonna kind of coat the bananas enough that the nuts are gonna stick to them. I'll do mostly cover it in chocolate. And maybe I'll sprinkle some salt on top, make it all fancy, like a salted chocolate. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making this up. So I didn't measure this, but if you want it to go well, you probably should. It's just 1 part coconut oil, 2 parts chocolate. I think the best bet for you not to burn your chocolate is definitely to put it in a double boiler. I don't really know the point of a double boiler. I'm just assuming that would make sense to me. Okay, wow, this banana is very not frozen yet. Also, definitely having a popsicle stick would be better because my straw is completely circular. My banana is a little bit roly-poly. Oh, this is not working. You know what? We're gonna do them like that. So I'm just drizzling some of the nuts over. I think part of my problem is my bananas are very, very ripe. Also, not having proper popsicle sticks was definitely a problem for me. Also, probably not letting them fully freeze. I've seen people do it where they put all the stuff on and then they add it to the freezer, but I think if you start with a frozen banana, it just works out a lot better for you. Right now, my chalky chips are melting. I'm pretty sure if you mix it, it's gonna melt faster by distributing the heat a bit more. It's melting pretty fast, so keep an eye on it because you definitely don't want it to burn. Here's my melted chocolate. Okay, this is so ugly. I definitely should have had popsicle sticks. I think that was my main problem because I could have dripped it over more. It like looks fancy from here, but I swear it's not. But here we are. You can see the chocolate. I don't know if you can tell. The chocolate's already started to kind of solidify. So it's definitely a race against time. I'm gonna try and make it look like more presentable once they've been in the freezer for a tiny bit. So just waiting on my banana popsicles to freeze. They taste good so far, but I think they'll taste a lot better when the banana's like fully hardened and frozen. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat low, okay, everything's low FODMAP except for the banana popsicles if you're really hardcore on the low FODMAP. If you found this video helpful or you tried some of the recipes and you thought they were tasty, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you tried any of the recipes. I'd like to see what other people think. If you want to see more low FODMAP friendly recipes, please give me a subscribe and I will see you in the next video.